Hi, it's Cammy. Charlie talks football.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Charlie Talks Football. Now, a whole load of Newcastle stuff has gone on, not just today, but last night, so we've got a lot of stuff to go over with. Anyway, guys, let's get into the video now. Yesterday, The Athletic reported that Newcastle had made a £50 million bid for Sandro Tonali. Now, if you guys don't know who this player is, he is a defensive midfielder who plays for AC Milan. He's played in the Champions League before with them. He's only 23 years old again, so if he was to join Newcastle, he could be a long-term player. Now, there has been, like I said before, a whole load of stuff that has came out regarding this player. Now, ever since the Athletic did that exclusive article, Fabrizio Romano has also came out and said that Newcastle do like Tonali, but AC Milan will want around 70 to 80 million. Now, some people have been saying Newcastle have put in a bid of 50 million and it has got rejected. Some people are saying we haven't put a bid in yet. I just want to ask you, what's your thoughts on what's going on?
Well, it's certainly exciting, and again, after initially being linked with Barella and that deal going quiet, we've been linked with Tonali, and there's reports from Italy, sources in Italy, that his representatives are in London discussing the deal with Newcastle.
Yeah.
There's a picture.
Yeah, we'll put it on the screen now. There's a picture of apparently, I think it's Tonali's agent and the director of AC Milan meeting to apparently force a deal at Newcastle. Apparently the player is convinced by Newcastle's offer. Now, there has also been reports that we are also willing to double his wages. Now, I just want to bring an interesting point to you, because if his agents were talking to AC Milan, they wouldn't be doing that unless, you know, they are convinced about going to Newcastle. Because the thing with Barella is that it seems like Barella doesn't really want to join Newcastle. But with all this information coming out, if Newcastle are going for Tonali and pushing hard for this deal, it seems like that means the player does want to join now. It also seems like that Newcastle are trying to push for a breakthrough before the start of pre-season. So it seems like we are trying to get something agreed in the next few weeks. Now, what are your thoughts?
I think that obviously Newcastle is definitely a firm interest in him, in Tonali. I mean, he's played 34 games, I think, last year, scored 2 goals with 7 assists, and Milan got him from Brescia in Italy, and I think they've got a buy-in clause as well.
They do.
So I think they're currently talking about it with Giuseppe Rizzo. He's Tonali's agent, and they're probably just mulling over the deal. And first of all, the main thing is, does the player want to come to Newcastle? Then you've got to agree his wages, which shouldn't be a problem. There's reports that he's on 75 grand a week, which I don't think's right, because an Italian journalist has come out and said he's on about 45 grand a week. They're on about Newcastle doubling his wages, so if he's on 45, that would be up to 90. If he's on 75, obviously it would be 140, which I think would be a lot. But he looks a great player. He looks like he's got great vision and awareness. He's been dubbed the new Pirlo, so if he's 75% as good as him, that's fantastic. So it is exciting, but Newcastle are talking to lots of players and agents at the minute, and things can change fast. So, you know, hopefully they can get this one over the line. Madison is another one as well that was still.
What I was just going to ask you is that, don't you agree that it seems like Tonali is convinced about joining Newcastle? Because all this stuff that's coming out now, if the player wasn't convinced, surely Newcastle wouldn't be trying this much. Pete Graves also came out yesterday saying that Newcastle really like Tonali and are trying to strike a deal with AC Milan, but they've also got other alternative targets like Barella as well. Now, Tonali would come straight into the team. I mean, it is pretty obvious that he would come straight into the team because, you know, he's a regular starter for AC Milan. He's played in the Champions League before, got Champions Champions League experience, and he would also help to push Bruno up.
Yeah,
because
that's a good point.
I think that is one of Newcastle's sort of targets, to push Bruno up. That's why we are looking for midfielders. But this is really exciting because I've watched this guy a couple of times and he's got incredible strength. He's quite, should I say, aggressive.
Yeah.
So he does like to get a tackle in. Now, the reported fees around 80 million.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on that?
I don't think it'll be that much. I think Newcastle's got a limit that they'll want to pay in, whether that's up to 60 million euros, I don't know. But I think the interesting thing is Newcastle are they've been looking at Barella and they've been looking at Tonali, both Italian players, because perhaps you can get better value for them.
Yes.
Tonali's a little bit younger, but both players have Champions League experience. So, Barella's played in the Champions League final. Tonali's played all 12 games this season in the Champions League, or I should say last season. So they're looking for a specific type of player and they're looking for value. Obviously there's still an interest with Madison that's ongoing. If we could get both players, it would be great, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, so like I said before, guys, the price is rumoured to be around 70 to 80 million. Now, there's been a lot of reports in the media, contradicted themselves. A lot of people saying we've put in a bid. A lot of people saying, we haven't put in a bid yet, but we're speaking to his agents. But I do know one thing, it does seem like Newcastle are really trying to get the player, whether we've put in a bid, whether we're, thinking about putting a bid, whether we're speaking to his agents, all of that. We are 100% trying to get this player. Now, with the Barella stuff, that has sort of quieted down, hasn't it? Now, it has been reported that if Newcastle do fail in signing Tonali, they will try and go back in for Barella. But I just want to, what are your thoughts on this?
I think it's interesting. The key thing is with both players is, do they want to come to Newcastle? That to me is the most important thing. I'm not sure
about Barella, but Tonali maybe.
Because if they don't really, or they're not sure about it, then I wouldn't touch them. But if there is a willingness to come to Newcastle, then, they're both great players. I would have both of them. I don't think we'll get both of them. I think it's either one or the other. And if we can get Madison on top of that, that would be great. But we'll just have to see. Things can change so quickly in football, as we know.
Now, I just wanted to point out something interesting to you guys. Now, actually, Tonali and Barella are both fans of the clubs that they are playing for. So that is very interesting because it makes it harder for Newcastle in the negotiations for these players, because these players, like Barella and Tonali, have both supported AC Milan and Inter since they were kids. So it's going to be a hard decision for them, and this could also potentially delay the deal. Now, I think what would be, potentially exciting for Tonali and Barella, if both of them come, or one of the two, is that the project that Newcastle can offer is probably going to be better than AC Milan. No disrespect to AC Milan, but we are in the Champions League now. We are a club on the up. Newcastle can say to Tonali as well that just look at how much Eddie Howe's developed our players, and just he'll look at that and think, I could become from a decent player to a world-class player under Eddie Howe.
I think it's worth mentioning though as well, like unlike Madison, AC Milan are in the Champions League next year as well. They're in a strong position there, and if it's his boyhood club, is his head going to be turned by the money or the chance of coming and playing in the Premiership? But unlike Madison, obviously Madison, he's with Leicester, they've been relegated, and Spurs, who are allegedly interested as well with Madison, they're unable to offer Champions League football, so that does have some pull, I think, on players, where it's different for the two Italian guys.
So what would your thoughts be if we signed Tonali?
I think it would be exciting. He's a young player, he's got a lot of ability, he's really creative, and although he tends to play deeper, He has got great vision and awareness from the clips I've seen of him. He's quite physical and strong, and I think
23 as well.
Yeah.
I thought he was a lot older than that.
yeah, and I mean, he looks mature the way he plays and his style of play, but I think how would improve him. You know, that's what he's got a track record.
I mean, he's
of
already
improving players.
fantastic now. And now, I just wanted to quickly mention James Madison. Now, it seems to be just a bit of a frustrating saga because Leicester seem to want 60 million. We're there, like down here with our valuation of the player because we seem to want to only play 40 million. Tottenham are interested, but could they overpay? Now, the more and more I look into this deal, the more I think, I'm not too sure about this because Newcastle don't want to get into a long transfer saga. And it feels, what do you think? It feels like this deal is sort of slowly turning into a long saga.
There's things to be sorted. You've got to agree the players' wages and the fee. But there was an interesting article I read this morning. Apparently Simon Jordan, who's on TalkSport, had been speaking to Daniel Levy, obviously Daniel Levy from Tottenham, and Daniel Levy had said to him that they're not in the race for Madison, which is bizarre because they've been heavily linked. So whether he's just saying that as a smoke screen or not, I don't know. Maybe he's saying that
because Newcastle are going to get him.
Maybe. But
now, one last thing, guys. Now, over the last couple of days, a leaked Newcastle United, I don't know if it's the third kit or the away kit, but
sure.
We're going to put it on the screen here now. I just want you guys to comment down below. What are your thoughts on this kit? What are your thoughts?
It's okay. I mean, it's not like, I don't think it's a great kit if I'm honest. But that's just my personal opinion. Some people might like it, but again, it's going with
Saudi Arabian
green theme, isn't it? The colours,
I'm sure, you know, if they release this kit, I'm sure a lot of people would buy it just because of the way it is. It's sort of like unique. I know someone also edited Tonali into that kit. We'll put it on the screen for you there. That was a terrible edit of him there. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. There will be regular uploads on the channel. We will update you on the Tonali situation and the Madison situation. As always, make sure to get your comments down below. Have many of you guys heard of Tonali? Do you like him? Do you think he's a good player? What do you think's going to happen on the Madison situation? So yeah, just make sure to get your comments down below. Make sure to subscribe as well. We are very close now to 900 subscribers. The support on the channel has been fantastic as usual. I always do try and respond to every one of your guys' comments as well. So anyway, guys, I'll see you later. There might even be a second upload if anything comes out.
Things change so fast in football.
You never know. But anyway, guys, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.